Good morning. What I'm going to do here is provide a short tutorial on how to do voiceovers using Microsoft PowerPoint on an Apple computer. The process is very similar for a Windows computer. So I'm going to open my program. My PowerPoint, I'm just going to go through this very quickly. This particular PowerPoint sample I'm using, there'll be a separate recording which is based around compression and providing small file sizes for students. Okay, so we've got our file open. What we got along the top is the menu. We need to go to the slideshow option. From slideshow, we then come down to record slideshow. When I click on that, it's actually going to change its format. It's going to open up here. I'm going to pause it straight away because actually at this point, it's actually going to start recording as soon as we go into it. We've got our slide here, we've got our next slide, and we have all our slides along the bottom. So 1 of 6. The recording time is here. You can do this continuously. I'm going to record just a couple of sample recordings, explain what I'm doing, and then move on to the next one, then I'll stop the recording. So when we press play, at this point it is recording my voice, so the same voice you're hearing here is actually getting played on top of the PowerPoint we've got presented there. So for example, I would say, welcome to creating videos for distance learning. Then I'll go to the next slide. You notice the time continues, but a new timer has commenced for the individual slide. Once again, why do we create videos? I would explain that point. I'd then move on to where you can place your video, and essentially we work through all the way through our PowerPoints. When we're finished, we need to go back and click on End Show. At this point, it'll ask you the total time of your slide was 36 seconds. Do you want to save the new slide with timings? Yes, you do. Timings are essentially the amount of recordings you've done for each of the particular slides. So we want to select yes there. When we come back to here, it doesn't look like any different, but we do have this recording. The next step, what we need to do is actually export it. We don't do save or save as. That does not record the audio. We need to select export. And we'll come up with an option. I've got a place to save mine, which is the desktop, and I've created a photo called Video Export, and you may rename it Sample PowerPoint Audio Recording File. We'll just spell that correctly. Okay, next important thing you need to do is check the file format. So if you do a PDF, JPEG, TIFF, they're actually all images. You need to select either MP4 or movie. I would suggest picking MP4, that is the newer video format. I would leave it at a good quality because I've got a separate video how we compress it. You can choose internet quality if you wish, but like I said, do presentation quality, because then it's something, even besides distance learning, you can then reuse it even within the classroom at a later point that it's not online. So once we're happy with the video export location, which folder, so we can find it, we've named it correctly, and we're happy with the standard, we click export. What you'll see down the bottom here of the window, PowerPoint is converting, creating video sample PowerPoint audio recording.mp4. This will actually take a few minutes to go through. So I'm just going to pause and stop talking at this point, and in the video I'll just chop out the time it takes to do that. Okay, it is finished exporting the file there. That took 50 seconds to export. Obviously, the more slides, the more audio you got, the longer the export time would be. But I imagine a lot of people will be doing this at home. We save that away. If we go to our video export, we can see our file there. It's now what we named it. Oh, typo in there. PowerPoint audio recording.mp4. It's got a time and date, and it's got the file size. I'm going to do a separate video based around compressing that file size, because obviously some of the systems have a file limit depending on where you're going to share the file. If we open up here, we double click, we press play. Hearing here is actually getting played on top of the PowerPoint. As you can hear there, the slide will then go through. The video itself is the total length, and obviously it's shorter at the end because it's got a default 5 seconds timing for where I haven't done audio voice onto it. So that is an example of exporting with PowerPoint. Hopefully it is useful for you, and if you need more detail you can contact me, or you can Google, and there's lots of other examples on the internet. I'd like to thank you for your time today.